Hi guys, so today I'm going to be filming the baby names that I love but won't be using tag. Well, actually, I thought about this video and I was like, I really just want to share the names that I definitely think I'm going to use. Like, I can't say I'm 100% going to use them because you just never know what's going to happen, but I do really feel strongly about two names. One name, mainly one name, but like a good three. But I don't know whether I should share them or not because the whole point of the tag is the names that you love but you won't be using. Meh. I'm just going to tell you the one that I think I will definitely use. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll save that one till last. Oh, there's just so many here though. Okay, right. Let's start with baby girl name because I'm only 17 by the way. I have to point that out. So I shouldn't be having a baby anytime in the future. But I do love names and I love thinking what I'd name my children. So I've written a list here. As you can see, the boy names are very outnumbered by the girl names. I can never ever think of boy names. Like, I still can't think of one. So starting off with baby girl names. The first name that I love and I think I would definitely name my child, in fact it's like 99.9% happening, and like even if I meet a husband and he's like, I don't like it, I'm like, tough, it's decided, is Belle. I love the name Belle, and not just because of Princess Belle. Like, I do love Beauty and the Beast obviously, I love Disney, but I didn't even necessarily name, I'm acting like I've had the child, I didn't name her because of that, but no, I wouldn't necessarily name my child Princess Belle after Disney. But then again, that's a very strong reason to name my child because I love Disney. So I love the fact that I'd have one Disney princess name because that's just so me. Like, I've even thought about naming my child Ariel before, but I feel like that one's just a little bit too much. But yeah, no, the real reason that I love Belle, that being one of them, but like a small reason, is just because I think it sounds pretty and I love that it's beautiful in French. Like, I love that sort of like Frenchness to it. And also I like the idea of calling the little baby Baby Belle, like ba 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 Baby Belle. I think that's just so sweet. Like, I think it rings lovely. Get it? Belle rings lovely. It's just my favourite name and I feel like I'll definitely name my child that. And number two, which I just discovered recently, and this is like a really strong contender, like I'm already thinking if I have a second baby girl I want to name her this, and that is ALILA. And I got the name ALILA because I just went to a hotel called ALILA in Greece, and I was thinking about it. I was like, ALILA, I was like, that's a really pretty name. So I googled it and it's got like African origin, but I'm not entirely sure what it means yet. Like, I did Google it and nothing really came up. It just said like originates from Africa sort of thing. So I'm not entirely sure the meaning of the name. I'm sure it's something beautiful. I'm sure it means like purity, I don't know. But I just really like the name ALILA. I love anything that sounds like ALILA, like you can use your tongue. I actually thought about Lolita at one point because I was reading the book Lolita on holiday, and I thought, you know what, Lolita, I love anything that uses a tongue and it's sort of like Lolita, like just, oh, I love it. But then I thought maybe not because that book's about a French paedophile, and also Carol told me that that's got like provocative connotations. So maybe not Lolita, maybe ALILA. I think ALILA's just a little bit lighter. Yeah, I love ALILA. Like, the more I say it, I love ALILA. I feel like I'm definitely going to name my baby that. I hope that Belle comes out first and Belle has brown hair, just because I feel like a brunette would suit Belle. And then I hope that ALILA's maybe could still be brunette. I'm not at all saying that I don't want it to be brunette, but I feel like Belle definitely has to be brunette. And I picture ALILA to be like maybe a little blondie. I don't know. So third name, I'm not too sure about this one. I watched loads of these videos and I heard it and I thought, in fact I saw it in Gabby's video, Gabriella Lindley, Velvet Ghost, and I heard this name, Alaska, and I thought, oh, I'm not sure, like I'm genuinely not sure. I'm not sure that I would name my child that, only because I'm not sure if it's quite a cold sounding name, because obviously Alaska's a cold state. And also it makes me think of the book Looking for Alaska by John Green, which I have read and I love that book. And I really like the character Alaska. Like, I think she was a great tenacious character, but she was quite an aloof character herself. So when I think of the name Alaska, I think of just coldness, whether it's the state, whether it's the girl in the book. Like, I think it has got quite cold connotations, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, I think it's a strong, fearless name, and I feel like, I don't know, it just stands tall, the name. And I feel like if I was called Alaska, I'd love that. Like, it's so unique. I don't know any Alaska girls, obviously other than the fictional character. But yeah, so I'm not sure I would actually name my child that, because I quite like pretty names as well. I like them to be like light and airy. And like I said, I think Alaska's a little bit strong and harsh sounding, but I love it. Like, I love it. So I'm not sure I'd name my child it, but I would like to be called it myself. And I just think it's like a really fun, fierce name. Okay, fourth name is Lana. I really like the name Lana, and I love Lana Del Rey, so it actually comes from her. And also I just love the way it sounds. I've noticed a lot that a lot of the names I like begin with A's and L's. I don't know why, like I've just got to think for that. L would be nice because obviously I begin with an L. It'd be great if I could meet a male L and then we could just have the little Kardashian thing going on. But no, I just really like A's and L's, like most of them are A's and L's, it's really weird. Or E's, anyway. So yeah, I really like Lana just because to me, Lana, again, I just can't, I don't know what it is, I just really like names that sort of roll off the tongue and are quite light, and a lot of my names sound the same, like Lana, ALILA, you name it. Quite like Luna as well, but not as much as I like Lana, because Luna I think of the moon, which I think is so pretty, but I don't know, I think Lana seems sunnier, whereas Luna seems like the moon, so it seems a bit darker. Oh, I don't even know what my thought process is. I do like Luna, but Lana I like a little bit more, because I think of Lana Del Rey. Lana, I don't know, I just like it. And I quite like Alana as well with an A. See what I mean? Like I just love an A. Some names I'm like, do I want it with an A or do I want it just without the A? Like it's just so tough, but I like that name. Oh yeah, Elena, I put down here. So Elena with the A. So like I wouldn't know whether to go for Lena or Elena. Like it's just so tough. After that I've got Helena, which I think is such a pretty name. And then I thought, would it be Helena or Elena? Because Elena I think of the Vampire Diaries, which I like that character a lot. Elena, I think it's just very, it's pretty but it's fierce because I think of her, and obviously she's like, she don't take no crap. I do really like Elena, but then I think Helena with an H. Some names are just so tough because you can just chuck a letter in front and it's like, do I have it with that letter or without that letter? I really don't know. I think Helena sounds so like Spanishy and like a princess name. I don't know where Helena actually comes from. My sister has a friend called Helena, and when I heard of that name I thought that's so unique and so pretty. Let me just see where it comes from. Yeah, so I genuinely wouldn't know if to do Helena or Elena. I don't know. I'd have to really think about it. The only risk with calling your child Helena is people might call her Helena. And I don't dislike the name Helen, but I didn't want to call her Helen. So that's the risk that people would think it's Helen. But I'd like it pronounced Helena, like Elena. It says Greek origin here. Yeah, I just think it's so pretty. And it means bright, shining light. Oh my God, I have to name my child Helena. I love that. Okay, so after that, I have India, and I've always loved the name India. I don't know, when I think of it, I just think of like bright, colourful, like just, it makes my heart explode. I just think it's so pretty, India. And I just love the sound of it. It's all about how it sounds to me. India, quite like 3 syllables. That's my favourite actually. A lot of my names are 3 syllables. Yeah, I like a 3-syllable name. I think 2 syllables is just a little bit too short. 1's very short. I like 3. The only reason I might not call my child this is because I know that my sister likes the name India. I kind of got it from her, so I feel like I'd let her have that. But like I said, I love that name. And here's the I love but won't be using tag. After that I've got Arabella, and I'm not sure, I love this name, I think it's so beautiful, but I'm not sure if it sounds a bit too much like baby Annabelle, like the baby that I used to always mother as a child, the little plastic doll. I don't know, but I do really like that name. Also I've got Aurora. I always like Aurora, and again not necessarily because of the Disney princess, but because I think of like the Northern Lights, and I think that is so stunning to have a child named after all these lights in the sky. Like I don't know, like I just, oh, I love that name the more I think about it, Aurora. And I like it as well because raw, it's quite fierce, but it's so pretty and delicate at the same time. But I feel like I can't do Belle and Aurora because everyone would just think I'm a crazy person, but I would love to do it. Sapphire, like literally thought of that the other night. I'm not sure because all my names are A's and L's, and I feel like Sapphire like is a little bit harsher, but obviously it's got like the most beautiful meaning of like a blue diamond. I've always liked sapphires, I've always liked blue. It's quite mermaidy, quite ocean. I quite like the name Ocean actually. Nah, I feel like I'm getting a bit carried away now. And then finally, this is a name that I used to always like, but I remember my mum being like, nah, it's too harsh, it's got an X in it. But I've always liked the name Alexa, but it's hard now because I have that Amazon Alexa thing. So now whenever I think of Alexa, I think of turning my music on and being like, Alexa, play Pineapple Playlist. So I don't know, but I feel like it's not necessarily a bad thing to name a child after. Like Alexa has brought me a lot of happiness with my music. But yeah, I have always liked the name Alexa. Maybe like Lexi Rose, Alexa, I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. But I always used to like name my children that when I had like dolls and bears. Okay, so as for boys is so tough. Boys I find so tough. Like I've never ever known what to name a boy. Like I feel like if a boy comes out first, I'm gonna be low-key really devastating. Jokes, I won't be. But I'd be like, oh hell no. girl. Like I just have so many girl names, like I have to have at least one girl, maybe two please. Anyway, so the first name that I think I really like, I'm not sure if it's a little bit too fancy, like I don't want anything that's going to give them a hard time, but I just think it's a great name, is Augustus. And I like Augustus for several reasons. Number one, the obvious one that might stand out to people, the Fault in Our Stars. I think of Augustus Waters and I like him as a character. Also, I think of August, I think of summer, I think hot and summer and fun. And then also Augustus could be shortened to Gus, and Gus makes me think of like the little chubby mouse in Cinderella, and I think Gus is like so cute. So as a little baby, like a little baby Gus would be having my own little chubby little mouse. I don't know, I just really like that name, but it's sexy at the same time. Like if a boy came up to me and was like, I'm Augustus, I'd be like, hell to the yes. So I like that name. George, it's just so basic, but I like George. It's classic. I feel like you have to have a classic name, and with my girl names, they're also very adventurous. Yeah, I really like unique names. I don't really like names that anyone else has. I like to go quite adventurous, but also like classic at the same time. Like I can't explain it. Like I want them to be unique, but I don't want them to be ridiculous. Whereas with George, I think it's like, it's timeless, and I like it. Like there's a lot of timeless boy names that I don't actually like them, but George, I think of like a cheeky little monkey. I've got a friend called George. I just like the name George. Yeah, I've always liked the name George. Curious George. I like that. Oh, in fact, I like this one the most. As for talking of like a classic name, this is probably actually more of a favourite, and that's Edward. And I like Edward because, again, it's very classic. It's very sophisticated, quite sexy. Hi, I'm Edward. You know, very Twilight. But also I like Tedward. I like the idea of calling them Ted. I've always liked the name Teddy, but I don't know, I feel like it's getting used more and more now, and I think Teddy is actually a really nice name when you're older as well. Hi, I'm Teddy. But I don't want to necessarily like make my little boy, like having a little boy that's a teddy bear is actually really great, but I don't want the man to grow up and be like, oh, I have to be a teddy bear. Whereas if they're Edward, they could be called Ted by their mates. They could be called whatever they want to be called. I like Edward / Ted. Oh, this is like a bit of a random one. Valentino. Okay, so I just stopped filming. How annoying. So I just spoke about Edward and Ted, and then after that I said Valentino, and I'm not sure about that. I kind of regretted it as soon as I said it. I thought about it last night, like just crazy thinking. I was like, Valentino, because I don't know, very sexy if you ask me. I think of the designer, and I also think of just like love hearts, like Valentine's Day. It's quite Italian sounding, Valentino. But I don't know, I'm not sure I'll put my child through that. Not because it's a bad name, but because it's so, like, it's just so, it stands tall as a name, which I think is a great thing. But you can't necessarily like shove that onto your unborn child's shoulders, because you don't know if they want to stand tall. You don't know if they're gonna want that. You know what I mean? You know my thought process. What did I just say? Thought process. You know my thought process. And then also I put down Rio. I do think of Rio Ferdinand, which is a good thing, and I also think of like Brazil, like colourful, like carnival, like it just sounds so fun and exotic and happy and sunshine. So I do like Rio, maybe for a girl as well. I'm quite like Leo as well actually, Leo, like a lion, quite feisty. Leo, baby little Leo, and I could just constantly dress him in lion onesies. I like the sound of that. And then Rio, there's something about Rio for a girl now I'm thinking, I don't know, I like it. And then finally I put Atticus, and Atticus I think of To Kill a Mockingbird. And like Augustus, I don't know, I just think there's something about Atticus that's just strong. And, you know, I've made up my mind about life, nice to meet you sort of thing. Like, that person knows where they're going in life if they're called Atticus. I don't know. Atticus. But, yeah, I don't know. I think I've decided now what I want to name my children. Like, I definitely just want to call them Belle, ALILA and Augustus. I just love those names. Oh, yeah, or Edward. Nice. There's just, oh, Helena, I loved Helena. I feel like I've completely given away my baby names now. Like, these are baby names I love and I think I will 100% use. I love them all too much. Like, there is nothing that's going to change my mind. This is set in stone now. Like, even if I meet a man that doesn't want them, like, I'm sorry, but they're being used. I've decided. I feel like I'll raise a child alone anyway, so they're definitely going to be used. Yeah, so thanks so much for watching this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!